Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inshallah, today we are going to discuss about the relation between velocity of sound and temperature. Now, you might be thinking, sir, we already studied about the relationship between the velocity of sound and temperature, and we know how to find it. Now, there are actually more than one method. The method that we already learned involves this equation: T1 by V2 equal to root over T1 by T2. Now here, if you look at the temperature, I have represented it by capital T. And whenever I represent the temperature by capital T, I told you already that I mean the temperature is in Kelvin scale. Okay? And when the temperature is in degree Celsius, that time I will express it in theta. Okay? So now this one actually relates the Kelvin scale temperature and the velocity of sound. We want to know if the temperature is in degree Celsius without converting into Kelvin, how I can find the velocity. Okay. Now we will keep the temperature in degree Celsius. We will not convert it into Kelvin, and we will try to find out our desired velocity. Now how to do that? Let us see. This is our method 2. Okay. So normally at 0 degree Celsius temperature, the velocity of sound, it is 330 meter per second as given in your book. Okay. During our time, it was given as 332 meter per second. Okay. But better to follow whatever there is in your book. Okay. So at 0 degree Celsius temperature, the velocity is given as 330 meter per second. Now, if you increase the velocity temperature by 1 degree Celsius, I have increased the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. So what will happen? The velocity will increase by 0.6 meter per second. Okay. This is constant. For 1 degree Celsius temperature increase, the velocity increases by 0.6 meter per second. Now, if I increase the temperature another 1 degree, see here I increased 1 degree, then again from here to here I am increasing 1 degree. So another 0.6 will be added. Okay. So whatever the temperature was there for 1 degree Celsius, the velocity, whatever the velocity was there for 1 degree Celsius, with that I will add another 0.6. Do you understand my point? As it increased 1 degree from here, I added 1.6. Okay. And then when I increase the temperature further 1 degree Celsius, I added another 0.6. Okay. Likewise, if I increase the temperature another degree Celsius, then what will happen? With 330, see, this was the temperature at 2 degree, right? From here I increased 1 degree, so 0.6 will be added. This is 0.6, this is 0.6, this is another 0.6. 3 0.6s are there. Now, we have to actually develop a pattern. Okay, we have to find a pattern. Now, if you notice, can I write it in this way? There are 3.6s, right? Okay, we know that if there is 6 plus 6 plus 6, I can write it 3 into 6. I hope you know this, right? There are 3 6s, so I can write 3 into 6. If there are 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, কয়টা 2 আছে এখানে? 4টা 2 আছে, so I can write 4 into 2, right? In the similar manner, this, can I write it in this way? 3 into 0.6. Can I write it in this way? 3.6 আছে, so I can write this thing as 3 into 0.6. Now let us take a look. Here we have 2.0.6, right? So I can write it in this way, plus 2 into 0.6. I can write it in this way. Would you disagree? No. Now there is 1.6, right? Only 1.6 is there. So can I write it in this way? 1 into 0.6. Now you might be asking, sir, 0.6 into 1 multiplying by 1 doesn't make any difference, but we are trying to develop a pattern here, right? That is why I am writing in this way. Now here, do you see any 0.6 added? No 0.6 is there, so I can write 0 into 0.6. Correct or not? Okay, so I can write it in this way. Now let us try to develop the pattern. Let's see how we can connect it or relate it with the temperature. When the temperature is 0, or in every line you can see that 330 plus, 330 plus, 330 plus, 330 plus, it is there, right? Then 0.6 into 0.6 into 0.6 into 0.6 into this part is also common. The only changing part is this part, 0, 1, 2, 3. If you notice, this is the only changing part. I have circled the only changing part in every line. The other part are same. You see 330 plus, 330 plus, 330 plus, 330 plus into 0.6 into 0.6 into 0.6 into 0.6. So this part is same. The changing part is this number. What about this number? What is the problem of this number? Why it gets changed? Okay. So it is changing according to the temperature. If you notice, when it is 0 degree Celsius temperature, 0 is multiplied with 0.6. When it is 1 degree Celsius temperature, 1 is multiplied with 0.6. When it is 2 degrees Celsius, 2 is multiplied with 0.6. And when it is 3 degrees Celsius, 3 is multiplied with 0.6. Now, if I continue like this, okay, and if I ask you, what will be the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius, you will be able to tell me very easily. How? You will say that, sir, 330 plus will be there. Yes, I agree. Then, multiply by 0.6 will be there. But before 0.6, what number will be there? The temperature will tell you. So 25 into 0.6 will be there, and this you can do it in your calculator and it will give you the answer. It will tell you what is the velocity of sound at that temperature. Do you understand my point? So let us try to develop a general formula which we can use everywhere. Okay, so can I write the general formula like this? At theta degrees Celsius, the velocity of sound will be 330 plus theta into 0.6. Can I write it in this way? Definitely I can, right? Because the temperature is theta, so theta will be multiplied with 0.6. So this is a general formula. Using this, you can find the temperature of, you can find the velocity of the sound at any temperature given. Okay? You just need to replace the value of theta. Okay, so just replace the value of theta, and remember, I expressed the temperature as theta. So whenever I'm expressing the temperature as theta, it is in degrees Celsius. Remember, do not convert. If you're using this one, do not convert the temperature into Kelvin. Okay, do not change the temperature into Kelvin. Okay, keep it in degrees Celsius and follow this way. Now let us see the application of this formula in couple of places. Okay. Let us say you have been asked to find out the temperature at 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, fine. At 30 degrees Celsius, I need to find the temperature. So how I can do that? 330 plus, this is going to be there. 30 degrees Celsius, so 30 multiplied by 0.6. Correct? So now if I do the calculation, it will be 348 most probably. Okay. Yes, it will be 348 inshallah. So this is the velocity you have to, it is there. Now sometimes the question might be reversed. Means sometimes the velocity will be given, you will be asked about the temperature. Okay. So this is number one type of question where the temperature means theta is known, velocity unknown. And sometimes what will happen? The reverse might happen. The velocity will be known, and you have to find that this velocity is at what temperature. That means the temperature is unknown. Okay, so already we saw the number one question, right? Now we will take a look at the number two question. Now let us say the temperature is given 348. So the velocity is given 348. Velocity is given 348. Now you need to find out it is at what temperature. Definitely, it is the temperature is not 0 degrees Celsius. Why? Because at 0 degrees Celsius temperature, the velocity of the sound is 330. As the velocity is higher than that, that means the temperature is higher than 0 degrees Celsius temperature. Correct? So let us find out at what this velocity will be attained. Now this velocity equal to what I can write? 330 plus. I do not know the temperature. Let us say the temperature is theta. So this is supposed to be the temperature at theta degree Celsius, right? Okay. And this value is given as 348. Let us mention this one as d theta. Okay. This is the velocity of sound at theta degree Celsius. Okay. So now let us do the calculation. 330, if I change the side, what will happen? 348 minus 330. Yes, then theta will be equal to 348 minus 330 divided by 0.6. So doing this calculation, definitely you will get this 30 degrees Celsius because we already know that the answer is going to be 30 degrees Celsius, right? So if you do the calculation, inshallah, you will get the answer to be 30 degrees Celsius. Do not write 30 Kelvin because I'm telling again, if you're following this procedure, you have to keep it in your mind that the temperature must be in degrees Celsius, okay, in this process, okay. So this is the way, and you have to solve the problems, okay. Now, a very important thing that I would like to mention, why I didn't teach you this method in the first place, because this is not in your book anymore, okay. During my time, when I appeared SSC exam, this calculation used to exist, okay, and we used to solve all the problems using this problem. And the value of 0 degree Celsius temperature velocity of sound was 332. Now it has changed according to your book. Now I have to teach you whatever it is given in your book. In your book, the first method that I have discussed, that is mentioned, okay. This method is not mentioned. That is why I am not actually confident that this method will be acceptable anymore, okay. But it is my responsibility to teach you. I taught you, but I suggest you to follow the first method, because in case any mark is deducted, if you follow the first method, you can challenge the examiner. And if you follow this method and your marks are deducted, you cannot challenge the examiner, as this solution, this type of this solution process does not exist in your textbook. Okay. So I taught you both the process, and I suggested you according to the best of my knowledge, and the rest of the choice is yours now. Okay, you can choose between the method 1 and method 2. Okay, just know that this is completely okay. If anybody knows physics, okay, you should know that this process is 100% accurate, but this does not exist in your book. That is the problem. Okay, that is why I'm not actually confident enough to suggest you to follow this one. This is easier. That one is also easier. Now it's up to you, okay, which one you follow. So in this video, mainly I wanted to discuss about this problem, okay, because in the assignment I saw, even though I did not teach you, some of you solved the problem using this method. That means you have taken help from someone else while solving the assignment, right? Which is not actually very good, because while I give you the assignment, I expect you to try. If you cannot solve it, you should let me know. I will discuss it in the class, okay? If you take help from someone else, then why I am here? What is my work? Okay, so kindly, if you cannot solve any problem and if you get stuck, kindly let me know. Okay, I will discuss it in the class, inshallah. Okay. So in this video, I wanted to discuss this only. Kindly go through this procedure properly and choose wisely which one you want to follow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.